Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Friday stream. If you don't already know who I am, my name is Estene. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a variety streamer, art streamer, and voice actress, sometimes VTuber slash BTuber slash PingTuber, but not today because I don't want the art obstructing the lovely story of Beacon Pines, which is what we're playing today. Full disclosure, we did receive the copy of the game for free. If you want to check it out, we have a promo command in chat. We also do have content warnings for the game, so keep an eye on those. And obviously, it deals with some serious themes, a few heavy topics. It is, I wouldn't say it's a horror game, but it's like horror adjacent. So if that's not the vibe that you're okay with for today, keep that in mind. Please keep yourself safe. If you need to step out for any reason, please do so. Your safety is more important than my view count. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope you're all doing well. Hey, Lost. Hey, Jelly. Hello, Cool Guy Not Fool Guy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm currently in the process of brewing my tea. I was gonna start it sooner before my stream, but I ran out of time, so it's currently steeping. The water could probably be hotter, but it'll be fine. I think we're just gonna dive right in. I don't know how much is left, but I'm excited to find out. All right.
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image.
So this was the ending that we got last time.
The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business.
Hi, Corey.
Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer.
Yeah, it's almost like using this stuff's a bad idea. Weird.
The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing.
So last time,
Let's see.
we just realized that that little kid that Eris has to take care of is actually Sharper Valentine, one of the town's founders. Malice. Interesting. Oh, and look, there's another branch here. You can see it. So instead of humming and weeping, there's going to be something else that we can do there too. I love this whole system. This is very cool. Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him. There was a malice lurking behind those eyes. You know why? Because Mr. Nuncreed works for Sharper. Figured it out literally minutes before the game revealed it to me. Corey, we were all in this same boat. It was like because we had realized a while back that Gran was actually our mom. You can thank Saint Guard for that one. Saint Guard was like, time travel shenanigans. And I'm like, oh, no, the goo. But yeah, we figured out that Gran was actually our mom. but we didn't have any evidence that it could reverse time until that little kid became sharper. But yeah, we were basically in the same boat. Like when that kid was there, we're like, wait a minute. No, no. That one took me a while too. I think I got it a full branch before the one near the source. So we were starting to theorize when we learned that Juniper was dead. And we're like, this is not our grandma. Who is this person? Because it definitely seemed like she was someone who had assumed the role of our grandma in order to come back and do whatever it is she's here to do. And that's half right. The other half is that she's our mom. That and the goop made it click. Yeah. When we were talking about the goop, I remember I brought up something about how the goop ages you. And then I was like, wait a minute. She had an accident with the goop. This is such a good game. Okay, malice lurking behind those eyes.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncrete's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course, I am sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the treehouse. Oh, that's right. In this timeline, Rollo's missing. Because he's trapped in a basement somewhere.
Luca twisted free of Nuncrete's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Yep, no, bye. Also, I love how the book that she's reading is all just foreshadowing. We're being the operative word. I mean, well, also our dad is apparently dead. So, but also, I mean, we did see him in one timeline that he is redeemable. But, I don't know. He looked down and muttered in a gruff voice. Mama always told me my problems would look smaller once I grew up, but my problems always seem to grow right along with me. Heavens, I sense big trouble ahead. Uh-oh. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. Meta! Oh my god, it's been so long. How are you doing? Meta, thank you so much for the 44 months. That is so many months. I'm doing well. I've got a cup of tea here and a wonderful story in front of us that I'm excited to explore more of. How are you? Hey, Joda. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if someone...
He scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Suspicious. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwill. I work here now. I am unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight and get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Why do they sound like cultists always? The moms are so cute. I love them. Whoa! You can get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junking, sonny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junking? I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Ever since Perennial Harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Well, I'd better get going. I didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Am I done here? I think there's one more to do. But none of the things we have.
Luca gently baited for skim.
It looks like there's one more thing to get that'll go like right here. But we don't have the card for it yet, I don't think. Rollo!
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. "Wait? For what?" Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Is Luca's doppelganger him from the future when Sharper takes over? Possibly. Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below.
Whose voice?
Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Uh-oh.
Tap Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony.
I'm very worried.
As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Should use the defense systems? It's a bit too late for that. Also, hey, Olsen. Oh. Stop right there. Or I'll...
Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me.
Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Wait, is this... I'm worried this is Rollo? He's posed like Rollo. This is what clued you in about Gran? This is our first time encountering Big Rollo. Stop now, or... Yeah, he got gooped! I'll clobber you with a baseball bat!
Whoa, 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 take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo.
Nice try, but I know you weren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something? Where is he?
Uncle? Luca, quit messing around. It's me.
If it really is you, prove it.
Flaming chicken coop, Luca.
Jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo, only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you?
When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away.
What? Where did they take you?
Dunno, they threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big, look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower, but beggars can't be choosers.
Rollo, it wasn't just your hands.
My feet, too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo!
Rollo, what did they do to you?
They made me drink some sort of green crud.
Ew.
Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice.
So were they testing the green crud to make sure that it would work for Sharper? They must have. Oh, and it tastes like licorice, and Sharper loves licorice. They must have.
I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped.
Whoa, you smashed open a cage?
Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur, actually.
They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it.
Fix it? This is awesome!
Well, I'm just glad you're safe now.
Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go.
Bunny Fiend, thank you for the 32 months. My goodness, so many months.
We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family.
Maybe you're right, but... It was pretty good timing. But this all seems dangerous.
Danger?
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on.
Hey fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah! Take cover!
Did I come in a bad time?
Who the heck are you?
This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? Oh, no, this is my buddy Rolo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old.
I'll have you know this is a recent development.
What the heck does that mean?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here.
That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse?
I think you mean our silly little mission control.
I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away.
See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here.
Not now, Rolo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but...
She shot a nervous glance at Rolo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rolo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it?
Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair. Oh, that's right! I forgot that Beck's hair turned white because she got goo on it. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Okay. Just need to play it cool and hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... come here and let me have a look. Oh, honey. What in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is gonna take forever to grow out. You were the one who said change was a good thing, right? Uh-oh. Did you post a link? Sorry, you have to ask permission before posting links. You can post a clip, you just gotta warn me first. Actually, hold on. I can fix it. Because I know who you are, and I think... Yeah, I can add you to our regulars list. 1 second. Make sure I'm spelling your name right. 2 N's. Okay, you should be able to post clips now without having to ask for permission. Hey, Sarone. Bunny Fiend, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Olzen. Thanks for that clip, Olzen. You got a job, congratulations. I really need to finish my alerts so I can have gift sub alerts working again. Good idea. Let's do all the self-care and then put your pronouns in chat if you'd like to. I'm going to be hydrating with some tea. Also, make sure you are sitting up and not hunched over like a shrimp. You can also type ! pronouns and get a link to the extension that works for Chrome or Firefox that will show your pronouns right next to your Twitch chat name. And it'll also show it on the on-screen chat. My pronouns are she, her. Sarone's are she, her. If anyone else would like to put their pronouns in chat, feel free, but only if you're comfortable doing so. You were the one who said change was a good thing, right? Well, I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Heck! He is! Him and his weird cult of personality. Thank you for calling it a cult, because it's definitely a cult. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough for her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You don't know them yet. Have you played Cult of the Lamb? I have. We finished it a couple weeks ago, I think. It's always cold. We're in the mountains. You'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better? Oh, Beck, honey, no. Yes, it's very good. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey. But that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mom. They're not teens yet. She's just frustrated because they move around a lot and she can't just put down roots anywhere. It's hard when you're a kid and you move a lot. They're a good gambling medium. If anyone could do that, it would be Beck.
Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you needed help because you're grounded?
No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look.
Great, can we get back to the story now?
This next part is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. I don't know who this is. I'm feeling like it's probably Mr. Nuncreed, but I'll just do a generic voice until we're sure. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr. Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Modwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing her work left by her predecessor. Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished her work, we need to make a determination regarding her. Long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir. I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the endgame, Bill.
After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to Perennial Harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay, just for a bit. Oh, it's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I am eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Yeah, go hang out with them, Cerrone. We'll see you later. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you have ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone. Capital murder.
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who's this founder? Well, I was hoping you guys would know.
Now, as far as we know, Kerr is the top banana at Perennial Harvest.
He sounded scared of this founder guy.
So we have an even topper banana on the field.
What the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue work of someone she replaced.
Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was
the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense.
Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got, loose-ended.
I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens.
That's 2 days away. Won't she just come home after work?
The creep on the radio said they were going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help.
You have blueprints?
Well, it's really just a welcome map from my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout.
Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline, we have an objective, we have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
A Blades in the Dark score?
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology, not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, this could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread, even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in 1 day, and they each had their assignments.
All right, quick recap. Rollo, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her in fits, this whole thing could go bust.
Me? Cordial is my middle name.
Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your new...
Vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance.
Bah, she'll be so happy I'm alive she won't even notice.
I don't think that's true.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Alona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Jeff, then Iggy. How are you going to persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Welp, Godspeed.
All right. Let's go. Undaunted, he shook his head. Over? No. Endings are merely a state of mind. This doesn't end until I give up. Wow. I admire the conviction. But can he really pull through? How many bets that Alona will understand the danger? I'm not sure. I'm worried though. Hey, Jeff.
What can I do you for?
Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest.
Hate's a strong word.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
I didn't say it was the wrong word.
gotcha. So we're gonna break into their headquarters and I thought you might be able to help?
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
You see, I knew you kids were all right.
Great, so you'll help?
The joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance.
But
Give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you
Looking
rascals.
into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
that's a lot of words. We know he likes junk, so that's what I'm thinking. Junk!
Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I got more junk than a king has copper. Ain't interested.
Luca wasn't ready to give up so easily. He shouted out again.
Crooked!
Ah, they're all crooks. Like cockroaches. Stamp one out and another comes scurrying along to take its place.
Hide!
His brow perked up.
What'd you say?
Go ahead and hide, then.
Sensing some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do, but you'll never hear him say I hid from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed?
Some sort of disguise.
I've got just the thing.
And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy.
This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sour gob should cover it.
Put it on my tab.
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by first thing in the morning.
Perfect. All right, so now we gotta find Iggy and Roxy. No, Roxy, no. Oh, there we go.
Hey, Tish! Look who it is!
Iggy and Tish.
Luca, are you here to try to tickle us to death again?
Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
Well, listening.
Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit to each other.
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong.
But lately life is kinda strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here.
So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we break our hostilities, at least for now?
We do like breaking things. Even if a truce means less breaking things.
What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff?
Go on.
I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed.
After all this is done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out in the treehouse sometime.
He glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see a crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
We did it!
Did you hear that, Tish?
Iggy gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out at the
A
treehouse.
single tear ran down Tish's cheek.
Whoa, she's saying more than yup! What the heck? I never expected this day to come. How wonderful. Weird.
Chapter 7. Into the Hive. A good heist requires preparation, and thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. "We're locked and loaded on my end."
Interesting. I also like Tish a lot.
And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest.
Working a bit late today, we'll be here lurking. I hope you have a good work and lurk, Rave.
The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
And I mean, Rollo has confidence in spades.
Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Look at his mustache!
Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here.
Delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment. A high vis and clipboard would get you in anywhere? Possibly. I don't know what a high vis is, though. Rollo's a born confidence man, I believe it. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning. High visibility vest. Oh, yeah, totally.
Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept
Rollo
secret.
sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be.
I suppose we can leave this one off the records.
Our harvest awaits and such.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
A harvest awaits.
Package here for the founder.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about...
Yeah, this is a need-to-know kind of thing.
I'll just
He stammered
check.
and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in.
Oh, I see. If you could just complete this
Rollo
form.
interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral.
I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
I'm...
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits!
Sir?
That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits! Rollo! Oh no. Ready to light this candle, fish?
Yup.
Suck on this, perennial ham fist! What was that? Where'd that confidence go? I feel like the moment there's anything, like, Rollo's confidence is a glass cannon, in that the moment anything rattles it slightly, it completely shatters.
The distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a job to do.
Ford fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay, okay. Ha 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 ha. I was close.
Our harvest awaits.
Hey, I figure. When in doubt, stick with the classics.
Well, that was a close one. But you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. All right, everyone knows what to do? Yep. Deep engineering's to the north.
I'll go with Beck. In case you need some muscle.
I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. All right. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. That is odd. Oh, it's like a proper maze. Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca! What are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes! How did you know? They brought me here and locked me up when when they were distracted, I ran. Dang, okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo and Beck are headed to Deep Engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet. But they'll catch us again. We've got to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. The fact that we know now that we're talking to the Founder makes this deeply uncomfortable. It was just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. I'm pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how how we could possibly defeat a lock like that.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute.
I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
He mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy. Good afternoon.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that?
It's good to have friends. We're working with the big bad. What I miss, we don't know that he's the big bad yet. So we're in a different timeline. You remember last time when we got snatched by Mr. Nuncreed? When we were looking for Rollo? Well, this time we had a charm where we actually noticed the malice in his eyes. And we were able to escape from him. We found Rollo, who's big now because he had a goop. Well, I was gonna say a goop accident, but it's not quite the case. Were you here for the end of last time? I assume you were, right? So they made Rollo drink this. Yeah, he was force-fed goop. They made him drink a green potion, the same potion that I'm pretty sure Sharper drank at the end of last time, which turned him from baby Sharper into adult Sharper. So now Rollo's an adult. A 12-year-old in an adult body. And we learned also that Beck's mom, who works here, I've already forgotten her name. It's not Alona, it's the other one. They have plans to either make her fully loyal to Perennial Harvest when she's done with her work, or they're going to kill her and dispose of her. Because too many secrets. Nina? Yeah, Nina or no, yeah, something like that. I think it's Nina, maybe. But yeah, they're gonna murder her if she's not fully loyal because she knows too much, basically. So we're breaking into their headquarters to do something. I'm not quite sure what the plan is. Yeah, basically Velma mom. Luca has something to do in Sharper's office, and we just saw Solomon come out of there, but we don't know in this timeline that he's actually Sharper, even though we, like you and me, we all know that that's actually Sharper. So yeah, it's just super uncomfortable right now because he's playing like he's just some kid who doesn't know anything, even though we know that he does know. Rollo and Beck are doing stuff in deep engineering. Don't know what. We'll find out. So, you're all caught up. It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us. I don't think he noticed. I don't think he saw it. Though there is literally no other door, so I guess he could assume that Solomon just got lost.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
You're welcome, Ori. Rollo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel.
Great timing. We're stuck in a locked door marked number 24601. Need you to get us through.
What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rollo heard when he was down here before. It's funny enough how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the founder uses such a basic password. Oh, they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rollo, I think this should do it.
Bingo bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress.
What is that slippery lout even doing down there? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get her out. I see.
Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked number 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
No! Betrayed by an obvious, sorry, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Maybe this one opens the lock.
Crap! Oh crap, we've got company. Luca, must go faster.
1 sec, I can't think with all this
He
noise.
quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is, 13806, go, go, go! Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. Oh, Luca. You're so bad at reading people.
Oh man, no water cups.
Rollo! Rollo, are you okay? Yeah, he's got a fake mustache as part of his disguise. Rollo, come in!
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're
With
trapped.
self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
I thought he was gonna do something similar too, or like pour out the water so that they would slip while chasing, but no, that's not what happened. That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rollo, where are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I think we lost him. Make your way back to Nellie's office.
Nellie, that was her name. We all got it wrong. Oh, that's right. I forgot. We had them. That's why we needed help. Okay, you two rabble rousers are coming with us. Nope. Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there. After them.
Okay, I think it worked. Roxy and Fitz have him on a wild goose chase.
I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rollo, how long do you think Roxy can distract him?
How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we got time. Entering Nellie's office now.
Mom! Oh, honey, what'd you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the Young Chemist lab kit. Well, you sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who is your adult friend?
Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew.
No, that's not
Nellie
possible.
leaned over to examine his teeth.
I feel like I've mixed up their voices. I think Ilona was supposed to have the southern accent and Nellie was just whatever, it's fine. Substantial banding of the enamel on the molars, consistent with Tempest liquamine. Exposure.
Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink?
You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on at this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they call the Source. They named it Tempest Liquamine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest Liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. But it led to complications.
The foul harvest.
Perennial Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest Liquamine is rebellious.
Rebellious?
You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott. Harnessing Tempest Liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right?
Lily sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes.
Oddities?
They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them, and
now I get to replace my entire wardrobe.
I really am truly sorry.
Those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway.
It sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio.
That's why we gotta get you out of here. Like, now.
Wait, the vial! I finally solved the chemical equation allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it.
Luca, we got Dr. Maudwell. Heading your way now.
Roger that. Be careful. All right, everything's on track. And what's your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Wow, even this alcohol is arrogant.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
I should just smother you right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're no bother at all. I love insulting Solomon to his face without realizing we're insulting him. Also, I feel so... Look at the darts. That makes me feel so bad. He hates his kid.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
He does. Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system. Time card logs. Payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh,
Nothing. Looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? Only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. Also the books, because he's too short to reach, so he has to sit on books. Luca, why are you... There's so many clues here that this is the same person. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. It's unfortunate that truly arrogant feel entitled to progeny only to impress their goals on them and express disappointment when said progeny understandably crumble under the pressure. Yeah, because this guy's a narcissist. Everything's about him. And his kids are supposed to be an extension of him, a reflection of him. Ugh, I hate it. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it! Locked. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Rolo. Before we start tossing blame around, is it possible someone ordered a pizza? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now? They feel like clones, don't they? Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Just let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. Everyone else huddle up. He's gonna open the door. Oops. I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modewell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial harvest, Valentine, fertilizer. All connected by a single thread. Yours truly. But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany.
'Twas I who destroyed space and time. What a twist, he's evil. The thing is, though, is, I could see if you played this timeline without getting to the end of the one we just did, not realizing who this kid is yet. So this is also a big reveal, depending on how you go down the rabbit hole. Something I like about this game, characters with actual flaws. Like, Luca misses the founder's clues, Rolo cracks under pressure, yeah.
With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ha! Yes. Now you've got it. I don't remember when we got Malice before, but
If we had gotten it elsewhere in the story, we could have done a quick pivot. I know that it comes from that timeline. I just don't know if it's like at the end. It's at the very end? Okay, good to know. Tempest Liquimane, you discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Marwell. Very good. Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work. Which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder
Before
of
he could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable.
Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand.
Actually, we do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thingy about it, you know?
Casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a taste.
Luca jiggled the vial mockingly.
Seize him. Luca, over here. Move another inch, and I smash
She
it.
held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or if you're lucky, nothing happens, then what? We capture you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word. If you hand it over now, none of you will be
A
harmed.
deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. But there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there's only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it!
We can't trust that jerk.
I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you've allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. And to think, all of this is thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? He's talking about your dad, Luca. Ha! I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great. But the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt has showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure.
You three keep post outside the door. Oh, crap. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that.
I'm not sure she had any other choice.
So what now? What's the plan?
I don't have one.
Of course you do. You always have a plan.
Rolo.
You just need some time.
Rolo, it's over. We lost. Hey. I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just... we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. All right. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. Hey, yes I did. I finished it some time ago. A note hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short. So he left behind a letter with the hope that it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents... Luke, I think they were meant for you. Why? What does it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen key card. There was an accident. She'd been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempest liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Did she... She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work. And it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull.
Uh-oh.
Chapter 8.
Wait. How is there another chapter? How is this not the end? Are we, I guess maybe we're protected in here somehow?
Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone.
Interesting. How?
Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Ryan.
That's okay. Heck yes. So we've changed it. By being captured, we forced her to squander her explosives that would have killed us all. This is actually very good.
With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door.
I was worried about Mom at this point. When the explosion happened, I'm like, oh, well, that's the end. We hit another ending. And then it said chapter 8, and I'm like, wait, how? How is that even?
Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Gran, what are you doing here?
Luca, what are you doing here?
We're here to save Nellie.
We're here to save Rolo. Hey, Mrs. Lucas Gran. That's awful nice of you. But I'm fine. Oh no, what did they?
Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
We've got to stop him!
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No!
Well, I guess that's it. We've lost.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. I knew you pulled something back.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice? The whiskey from his office? Yup. Dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog.
You can all call me Sharp of Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Oh, shit. I wasn't expecting him to literally explode.
Now that's what I call 80 poof whiskey.
Damn, dude.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end.
Well, it's not a terrible ending.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, I agree.
Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
All right, we have other options. Oh, this is filled in. Now. Weird. It wasn't before, but now it is. Let's go with junk, and then we'll do change later.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash.
How did ashes get into the vial?
It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyways.
I always said bad habits are like 50-yard field goals.
Huh?
Hard to kick.
You can all call me Sharp of
His
Valentine.
body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Okay.
Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines, a new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
We have one more to do. Because I need to know what happens.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like pocket change?
Your unlucky penny!
Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one was...
looking.
What's that gonna do?
No idea, that's the beauty of science. Now, we observe.
You could all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Holy crap, he's a baby?
Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. Look at that face, though. I don't trust him. I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we...
We do what Valentines always do. What must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare the crib for young Sharper.
That would be a great help, thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave now.
Epilogue. Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn, his mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Oh. Hey, Silent Assassin. Welcome to the end. Rollo, are you up yet?
Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by?
Be there in a minute.
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage. Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
Mom, I'm ready to go now.
You go on without me. I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing. But now, I enjoy it.
Oh, it's not here anymore. Because it's at the other place where he's actually buried. I hear you and Rollo have big plans for that little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity 1 Rollo 1 Luca rule. So we decided to expand. But at least we've got some help with that. How's the internship at Nelly and Ilona's shop going? They have a shop? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get it into school for agriculture up at state. Also, Nelly said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't mean just grown, literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Hey guys, how goes the tree planting?
Couldn't be better. I'm so grateful to Ilona and Nelly for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy.
Guys, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's next?
When perennial harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for arts and crafts can help paint the new offices.
You can count on us. Well, it looks like you really found your calling.
Never felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now, this right here. This is something I can be proud of.
He looks so happy. Slow and dirty harvest. How's the napping this morning?
Most underrated part of a good nap is the view. And the view's getting greener every day.
Nice. I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nelly's idea. There's still a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is go slow and fix things.
Amen to that.
Better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Okay, I just wanted to talk to everybody. I think we've got everything here then.
Luca gently good for skimming the surface.
Unless I missed a charm somewhere, which is totally possible.
A little higher.
Yep.
A little lower.
Yep.
Little higher.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle?
Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign.
Fine, fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone.
Yup.
They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine.
If we really want Mission Control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit.
Ugh, you're right.
Yes, it is the first time we've ever seen him happy, you're right.
Lead the way.
Young Mr. Van Horn. How's little Solomon Sharper doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I. So we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, you know, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Bodwell, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That's the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. 2 activities I am endeavoring to find less distasteful. Well, I think you're doing a great job. And the whole town's ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him how to throw a baseball.
Alice did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to a reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. I'm so happy for her. Of course they did. You're an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that. A story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals sort of rates itself if you think about it. I love Dawn. She's amazing. Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna have to come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of new trouble you've gotten yourself into. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over. We both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Call it a reporter's intuition.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me, would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Excuse me, I'd love to place an order.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends, I'll be a feather on the wind. You're going on vacation? For the first time in years. And I've got you and your mom to thank. Why is that? Oh, she didn't tell you yet. You two are gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone. Just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait. I'm so happy she's going on vacation. Definitely deserves it. What's today's news that needs knowing?
I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility.
Yay, he went to prison. Good.
I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. Luca, do you want a biscotti? On the house. I don't really have time.
Zariel, you gotta come and see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso.
Aw, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I would think you're proud of something.
As if I know.
It's too late. You are now officially a person that cares. Yes, he does have a book in the library. We uncovered it last time we played. Because when they introduced him, I'm like, wait a minute, we saw that book in the library. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Hey, Luca. Can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour? Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it builds character. I think he meant to say it builds calluses.
Builds character.
Yeah, it builds something, all right.
Luca, can I interest you in a delicious
He
apple?
playfully waggled an apple.
No thanks, just saying hello.
Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new crate of jam?
Already?
It's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the back, terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam. Dude, wow, back for seconds?
If it's not too much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed, and then it's gone.
But dude, it's pretty tasty while it lasts.
I'm inclined to agree. We gotta talk to everyone. This is still here. I guess it's a lot of effort to move a statue.
Luca peeked over Piper's shoulder. Laid stealthily inside a large volume of mathematics was the first issue of Hank Atomic.
Heck yeah, read comics. Piper, are you reading Hank Atomic? Do you mind not telling anyone? I've kind of got a reputation to uphold. Oh, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just about every kid in town reads Hank Atomic. Honestly, I'm excited for you. What I'd give to start over fresh. To experience it again for the first time. I guess that's the downside of finishing something nice. At least now I can enjoy it again through you. Promise to tell me about it as you go? Sure thing. That's very meta, because I feel like they're not only referencing this game, but they're also just referencing every great piece of media that you finish you want to like experience again for the first time. So basically go watch streamers, play your favorite games. I can't believe it's over. Yeah, the town's really starting to turn a new leaf. The town? I was talking about Hank Atomic. I just finished the last issue. How was it? As great as always. Hank finally returned to Earth. But I just feel weird now. Weird can be cool. It just means you're ready for something new. Any suggestions? You could ask Miss Hatch about what she's always reading. She seems to really enjoy it. Huh. Maybe I'll do that.
Over the school year, Kato and Bert had become close friends.
But did you know that when they covered up the source, they found a new species of fungus? Yep, and they're studying it in the new labs. Did you know that? Beacon Pines is now the smallest town in the country. Yep, close to the population before Perennial Harvest moved in.
Typically went on like this for quite some time.
Look at all those bunnies. Oh, they're very cute. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I'm gonna go see my dad in a bit. Did you want to come with? Oh, they got incorporated? I totally missed that.
Even after everything I did, you'd still...
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you.
I'll visit Walt in my own time. You'll run along now.
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come one, come all. No one's too big and no one is too small for Jeff's wild ride.
Maybe not completely unused.
Just one piece of candy for the ride of your life. Who's next? Me.
Very cute. Guess what? Yesterday, I saw a Dynasty's Tidius? We'll go with Tidius. And that's good. It's great. I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become the bug capital of the county. Come on, Ruckus. All right, just doing a little poke around.
The Valentine Mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
I have news I think you'll enjoy. Oh, her hair is stuck that color. Interesting. It never got fixed, even though it's a year later. This morning, I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in. It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root worthy. You're going to be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a little bit of a surprise. My mom's prepared this tree especially for you. Are we gonna plant it on my dad's grave? You didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. You should do okay in the cold of Old Beacon Pines. And thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. Oh.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
I have feelings.
Ah, you got it. Now that's a good-looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot, the ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang on tight to that little tree.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I began to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending, I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. A good little tree.
The best little tree.
Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything.
Shucks, I only did what my super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good?
Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling?
Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. And I feel like a dang cello.
Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you.
You know, I know. You don't even have to say it.
You two make an awesome pair.
Excuse me? We're a trio now?
Yep. Thanks.
There's just one thing missing now that you're part of our group.
Missing?
Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic.
Oh, God. I won't be long.
We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer.
You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid that you're gonna forget him? Forget what he looked like, forget his voice. Aw. No. Because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree. But I know he would have loved this one even more. Because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Modwell says that over the next few years this place should warm up. So you won't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go. But that didn't mean that you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. And is that it? Is that the end? The end. Okay. Yeah, I don't think oh. I blew out the candle. I was like, what do? I know there's something to do here. We did it! What a good game. That was a very good game. I know I saw your self-care stuff. We can do that now, Deso. I just didn't want to interrupt the ending. Hey Mundarekus, that's totally fair. This deals with some heavy topics. We probably won't be, because I don't know if I have anything else to do for the stream. So we might just end it there. So don't be surprised if you come back later and we're not streaming. But please go take care of yourself. I love this game so much. It's so good. Oh, it was such a good experience. I'm so glad we played it. It's either we call it there or I take a break and then we do some played up. I know the music too. Should stop being like this anyways? What do you mean? Yeah, it is the hum melody. Did you play the demo of Storyteller? I watched Sankard play it, but I haven't played it. Is it still available? Oh, Dezo's been here, right? We could check it out if it's still available, though. And then maybe do some played up. Because I've been playing it off stream anyway. I've got an overtime salad game we could pick up. Though I feel like it's not going to go too much further because it's just an awkward layout. Avoiding these topics like this, it's fine. You should have the agency to engage with whatever topics you are comfortable to engage with. And if these ones are too hard to deal with right now, there's no shame in being like in recognizing that and setting them aside and dealing with them when you're in a better place to do it. Oh my gosh, I was really surprised when he exploded into confetti. I'm also really glad that we managed to get the other two endings before we got this ending. Like, we got the confetti explosion, we got the ash explosion, and then we got the he's a baby now ending. I'm really glad we did it that way. It made me very emotional. It was very good. Also, if you want to check out this game for yourself, it's on Steam. Go wishlist it or buy it and play it because it's so good. We got the change ending first. We had to go back and see the others. Well, it happens. All right. And that's it. Beacon Pines is done. Oh, there's a post-credit thing? Shoot. Hold on. We have to load it back up then. Got interrupted by the ad break. All I said was that there's nothing wrong with not wanting to engage in certain topics. You shouldn't feel bad about that. And you should always have the agency to choose to engage in topics you feel comfortable in engaging with. And if something is too much for you right now, there's nothing wrong with just like, be like, hey, I'm not in this space right now to handle that, and I'm gonna not. And I'm just gonna put it aside. Yes, please look after yourself. That's way more important. You have to unlock it though, and I don't know how. Like here? I don't see anything more we can do. So I'm not gonna worry about it. If you want to get the post credits, you can play the game for yourself. Yeah, I feel like maybe we're missing a charm, because there felt like there was still a space on the stuff that you fish up, but we didn't have all the charms for that. So anyway, if someone offered you a potion to reverse aging, would you do it? No pain, just poof, you're a kid again. No, I don't think so. I would not want to be a kid again, but I didn't have a great childhood. So I feel like it would be more traumatic for me. Anyway, we're gonna see about maybe playing storyteller. Let's switch some stuff. I'm gonna switch us to just chatting for now while we switch games, and we'll put some music on too, because why not?